on the spot in front of the whole. That's not fair.
It's okay, babe. Come on. There are many guys out there who want to marry you,
But you
and
know what?
you
I
see,
hate you for this question.
huh? No, come on, girl. Come on. It's I'm telling you, the next time someone reaches out to you and says some stupid thing about your marriage and why not getting married to you, you better give this one liner. Why don't you just nothing? There's nothing favorite about getting married. You're good, I'm telling you. Hi everyone, welcome to I Have Got the Vibe. Now, this is our fabulous podcast where we're going to have lots of fun discussions with very, very unconventional people. And today we have Ugochi, who let me just take a minute to introduce you because I know you're a fun vibe and all that you carry is always fun.
Mhm.
Introduce your very unconventional side to the audience today. Uh, you left the corporate sector all the way, like a supremely flourishing corporate sector, all the way from Nigeria, and just moved on to the United States of the US. I mean, United States of America. And you decided to pursue business analytics here, and that was a very sharp turn from your regular life, from your regular career, and that is what makes you really unconventional. This girl, I promise, is unapologetic about her choices in life, which includes her personal life as well. She is not willing to compromise on anything and not willing to settle for anything less than what she wants. So, we are really, really, really glad to have you here, Yugochi. You, I know, are going to be a rock star in the show. So,
Woo!
I know. So happy to have you here. So happy to have you here. All right. So the name of the show, as it says, is I Have Got the Vibe. Right? Now tell me this. Let's just start off with your career. Like I really, really, really am so excited. Although like I've known you for years now, but I've been so excited to know what is it that like got into you, and you chose to leave a very, very flourishing career back home in Nigeria, and you decided to change your life and move to the US. Like what was that instinct and what was that belief which actually um kind of stimulated you to make that change in your life?
Well, first of all, Sonakshi, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
happy to
for
be here
allowing us to
talking to
interview.
you. I feel like you and I have come a long way, and it's time to have these conversations. But to your
Sure.
question, and that's a very good question. Um, I had a flourishing career back home in Nigeria, and then I decided to come here to do my master's degree. So
Right.
basically, what I did was I changed, not like changed, but I switched my career. I was formerly I had trained to be an engineer back in my first degree. And then I was like, okay, I worked in the oil industry for a long time. And I was like, okay, maybe I want to try something different because I've always been fascinated with IT, data analytics. It started with my previous job when I started playing around with data. And I thought it was interesting. And I was like, maybe you want to try this as a career. And then,
Right.
of course, like America is the best place where you can learn anything, one of the best places in the world where you can learn anything IT, right? So
Right.
I was like, okay, just try one of these countries. And then
Mhm.
I said, okay, let me apply to universities in America for my
Mhm.
master's.
Mhm.
And the first school I applied to, which is the University of North Texas,
Mhm.
I guess I applied, and on the third day, they accepted my admission and said I've been granted like admission to come school in the University of North Texas. And I'm like, wait, you guys did not even give me time to apply to other universities and other
Then
countries.
no wonder. Like I have to make this. I have to give you a spicy vibe also. No wonder you had like so many years of experience. You totally were worth it. Come on, they had to
Well,
add.
yeah, I mean, then again, I mean, it would have been interesting if I had tried maybe a school like I mean, I'm not saying University of North Texas is not a great school, but
Why?
compared to
What makes you say that?
Oxford, probably like if I tried
I'm
Harvard,
sure if
maybe
you would have
I would
applied
have.
there, you would have gotten there as well.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, so I got the admission from UNT to study data analytics,
Mhm.
business analytics, data analytics. And so I decided to like leave my job, which was a very
Ah,
difficult decision for me back then. I'm not gonna lie, because to your
yeah.
point, I was doing okay. But I was driven by my passion to join the IT. I mean,
Right.
join the IT landscape. And I decided that, okay, it's probably time to move,
Mhm.
which of course, like I do not regret because I've already started building a career in IT. And right now
And you
I'm
never
managing
had to
the
look
IT
back. You
team.
never had to look back. I know.
Yeah,
I
of course. I mean, like looking at my journey, like back then until now, I'm literally managing an IT team. So
Of
it's
course.
a huge breakthrough for me. No regrets.
Listen, no wonder you're beauty with brains, all right. No wonder about that. And they
Well,
really saw that potential in you.
I think it's more for me, it's more about like dedication, staying consistent. Of
Correct.
course, it came with its challenges and hard work as well. Because sometimes we think we have brains, but then again, like we need to work hard to
Oh
develop those.
yeah, of course, of course.
Mhm.
And that's, that is all the more like you have been you've been an epitome of you know, absolutely working hard because what you
Yes.
got into was not even your field, and I know that. I
Mhm.
have seen you sweat
Oh
and
yeah.
worked so hard through every, every portion and every assignment and everything that
Mhm.
you so yeah. You go, that brings me to my other question. Um, Leaving stability, it's not really an easy thing. I mean, you
Yeah.
still, of course, I'm sure you must have been fascinated by what like you decided to come here. You must have been really fascinated about it. But to have left such a flourishing job and step into something completely unknown, right? This was an unknown world. It was a different continent altogether. I mean, there must have been some moment in your life where you chose education and taking risk on yourself over money. What was that moment for you? What was that moment?
That's an interesting question. Chose education over money. So here's the thing. For people
Because
who
I'm
know
sure
me,
you bet on yourself, right? It was, I mean, you were betting on yourself. You were putting all your, because it's not easy to study here, right? So you put all
absolutely.
your money. You just decided to go by your
I did.
bank and just, follow
I
your
did. I
instincts. Yeah.
did. I
Yeah.
think for me, money has never been like, in my opinion, and this is just my mindset, and I've
Yeah.
always been this way. I've never seen myself as someone who should be out there pursuing money. What
Mm-hmm.
I try to pursue more is like purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pursue purpose, of course, like when you're consistent, hardworking, money would come. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, it wasn't about like, oh, how much do I have in my account? I
Mm-hmm.
was willing to empty my account to go further my education and get like acquire more skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that, okay, while doing that, when I get a job, the money can eventually come. So my mindset about money is quite different,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes
We want
sense.
to know that. We want to know that. That's why you're unconventional. Tell us more.
Yeah, my mindset on money is quite different. I believe
Yeah.
that if we spend so much time as human beings pursuing money, you might end up
Mm-hmm.
losing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, when you're purposeful and you're passionate about something, that
Mm-hmm.
should drive you more than the money because when you're hardworking and you're pursuing your passion, the money would always come. So
Yeah.
that has always been my mindset.
Yeah, but not everyone has that. Everyone believes in it, but I think to have that courage to really show belief in yourself
Mhm.
over, like, you think that, okay, I can leave this job and then now move on to something completely unknown and be able to flourish in it. You need a lot of guts there, and that is what makes you unconventional, I suppose, isn't it?
That is true. I totally agree. I mean, it takes a lot of guts. It takes an unconventional mindset
Yeah.
because a conventional mindset would be like, oh no, I have a good job.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I
Yeah.
just can't leave this lifestyle and go start afresh in another country. But an
Right.
unconventional mindset is like, look,
Yeah.
um, in life, when you take risks, that's
Mm-hmm.
what makes you stand out. The
Stand
difference
up.
between a Bill Gates and an Elon Musk and the rest of us is the level of risk taking. These are
Correct.
high level risk takers. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very easy for one to be unconventional. Matter of fact, I'm not even like as unconventional as the top guys in the world, right?
No,
I'm
and
still
that, I
figuring
mean, it
out,
all
yeah,
begins off, right? It all
yeah, of
starts
course,
from somewhere.
absolutely, absolutely.
Still in progress, if I may say, right?
Still
You
in progress.
don't, yeah, you're still in
Yeah,
progress, and
still
that's
in
the beauty of it,
progress.
right?
Yeah.
But how did your friends and family react when you like kind of took this decision of like moving, to a completely different continent, like all the way from Africa to the,
Yeah. For me, it was like it was a mixed reaction. I
Mhm,
had a lot of friends tell me it wasn't gonna be a good idea at the time.
mhm, mhm.
And I had
Wow.
some family members tell me to rethink it. I had some family members tell me, oh, I think it's a great idea. Like,
Give us some spice here. Who is the one who's trusting the most in you? You have to say that. Come on, girl.
as far
Who,
okay,
who was
I'll give you an idea.
that?
I'll give you an idea. I'll give you an idea. My mom has always been my biggest supporter of anything I do. So
Okay.
the moment I told her that, hey, look, seems like, because the truth is, and Sonakshi, I wasn't so sure. And the
Yeah.
reason why I wasn't so sure is to your point, it's a very difficult choice to make, especially when you're comfortable where you are.
Yeah.
So I had this mixed feelings even until when I boarded my flight to the
Mm-hmm.
United States. But my mom kept on like encouraging me, telling me that, look, I think you're making a great choice. This is the best idea. I mean, she just kept on speaking life into this decision. And eventually I was like, okay. But I tell you, a lot of people thought I was making a big, huge mistake because they already knew me and they knew that, oh, I had a career path, which is equally like had prospects, right?
Right,
But yeah,
right.
my mom was my biggest supporter. My dad as well, but yeah, my mom was more supportive than my dad. Yeah, my sister, I can't even remember, but my sister supports whatever I do.
That's how
That's how she
sisters are.
is.
That's how
That's how
sisters.
she is. But
Yeah.
as far as the pushback, I think that came more from like friends who knew me. They thought it wasn't a good
Listen, I'm sure they had other reasons to stop you, and that is going to be my next question. Who
idea.
was that one person whose heart was like completely breaking when you decided to leave? And you
Um,
cannot skip this question, all right? You told me your biggest supporter. Who was the biggest hater when you were going to leave? I'm sure you broke
uh,
a lot of hearts there.
I'm not gonna call the person's name because that's not allowed. But I had this friend and business partner
Hmm. Mhm.
and business partner in the sense that we would do stuff together
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he was like I don't think this is a good idea for you. And I don't blame him because he already knew like
We don't
what
blame him
I'm
either,
capable
you
of.
go. We don't blame
Exactly,
him
exactly.
either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't blame him. So he was the biggest pushback. And each
Yeah.
time I remember, like each time I think about the fact that, oh, look, are you making the right decision? I think about him like, he said so many things that made sense. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, apart from the jokes, and I'm sure all the sadness that, any person who loved you must have been experiencing, I'm sure they had their own reasons and they must have been worried about you. And that's the most
Absolutely.
important part, right? Because you were
Yeah.
stepping into something completely different. Which actually
Mhm.
brings me to another question. Like, when you came to this country, right? This must have been, let me put it this way, if not like there must have been a lot of cultural changes, or if not cultural, like just the way, like the lifestyle that you led there versus the lifestyle that you were leading here, which was, completely independent and doing everything by yourself. Did you see some changes, showing up in yourself? Did you feel like, now Ugochi, my friend Hugo has actually changed, like something within you, like did that change? Did you feel like, you are meeting a new version of yourself in this country now?
Honestly, there's a saying that goes like this. I'm sure many people would have heard it. When you go to Rome, you gotta behave like the Romans, right?
Correct.
So
True.
whether we like it or not, what's culture? Culture is your way of life, right? It's your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you like it or not, other cultures will change you as long as you're in that culture.
Yeah.
Even though you may think, oh no, I'm still the same person, that's a lie. Because the American culture and the not just Nigerian, the African culture are just two entirely different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come here, you have to adapt.
Mhm.
And in the means of adapting, you find yourself like conforming into that culture and then you start behaving. I mean, not like you I'm not saying you become an American overnight, but certain
Yes.
things about you will definitely change. So that's bound to happen.
Yeah. So like do you feel like you've become more dynamic now? Like any part of you which has become more flexible and like how you've started taking pressure situations in a different way? Is it like that for you? Have you started adjusting to like higher pressures now in a more patient way? Is that how it is?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because speaking of higher pressure, the school system here is different from the school system in Africa. The work culture here is different from the work culture in Africa. I feel like there's higher pressure working here in the United States.
Hmm.
So you
Okay.
have to be able to take it. If
Mm-hmm.
you can't take it, then you can't survive.
You can't
For
survive.
sure. I mean, yeah, now I feel like I have bulletproofs all around me to take even more fun.
Good job, girl.
Thank
You
you.
you definitely are the boss lady in your show.
Oh,
So
I don't know about that.
no, no, come on. I mean, you had a flourishing career there, and now you have a flourishing career here too. I mean, isn't that what a boss lady is all about?
Yeah, but I would say my career is still flourishing. Like
And
there's
it'll keep on, and it has to, and everyone's
and it
career.
has to.
If
Yes,
you had like if you don't desire anything more in your career after that, then that means you've reached the zenith of everything, which of course you will one day. But I feel like at the age that you are, you must just keep heading forward.
absolutely. I mean, honestly speaking, I feel like I'm not even there yet because
Wow.
me taking me aside out of the equation, like I said, I prefer to live a purposeful life than being this what rich boss lady. That's not my goal at all.
Mhm.
But when I see that I'm able to make an impact on people's
Yeah,
lives,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
be
yeah.
it here in the United States or back home, that's when I'll feel like, okay, my career is flourishing. But for
Mm.
now, I feel like I'm still growing and I'm getting there. So,
Sure. All right. So, on the lighter side, I really want to know about what your plans are about marriage because I know from
okay.
the friend that you are unapologetic about your choices in life and you are not willing to
Woo.
settle for less. So, you on this podcast, you better tell the world what is it? What kind of man are you looking for so
I
that the
better
world
tell
finds it?
the world.
So that the world finds it for you, girl. Come
No,
on.
no, no.
Know
Okay.
the millions of guys that have been rejected
No,
because
this is
you
no,
never
no.
wanted to settle for less, you see. So
They are not
and
less. They are not less, Sonakshi. They are
yeah,
just not a match.
they're just not a match. True, 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 true.
Just not
Yeah,
a match. Okay.
correct. So
Now
what
this is a very tough question because this is a question I would typically avoid, right?
yeah. I
Um,
you avoid that all the time, which is why I put you on spot.
why are you
Now
putting
here
me
you
on the
cannot
spot? We
avoid it.
haven't. Look, when was the last time we had this conversation in private, Sonakshi? I know you're putting me on the spot in front of the whole. That's not fair.
It's okay, babe. Come on.
Permit me to be very diplomatic on this one.
There are many guys out there who want to marry you, and you today, by talking, are going to only act as a filter. You're going to specify what is it that you're really looking for in a husband. Come on.
See, honestly, like for me, to your point, Sonakshi,
Mm.
have never been the type that just would wanna settle. And by settle, I don't mean I'm trying to condescend anybody. Settle
Yes.
in my head, like my idea of settling.
Yes.
And as far as like what I'm looking for, it's not even too much.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't even, will I say I've been quite unlucky when it comes to like finding men who are actually really kind and empathetic, like your
Mhm.
husband. I have
Yeah.
to put you on the spot too.
Thank you. I am lucky there. I have to admit that.
Yeah, so I haven't been very lucky finding such men.
Mhm.
I think that has been that doesn't mean I have never seen
No,
any of
I'm sure.
such men. Don't get me wrong,
No,
but
no.
maybe it's an issue of, and I have to be very honest here. Like I meet someone who is quite kind and empathetic, and there's just something that's a deal breaker for me, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is the kind of man I want, but I'd have to lose him because of this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to look for someone who is perfect out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the basic stuff. Be kind, have empathy, and then we can make things work. I mean, that's just it for starters. Like, women, if you ask us, oh, what are we looking for in a man? We're gonna have this long list in our heads. But
Mhm.
this is just the number one thing for me. So I would say I'm probably not been very lucky to find such men, especially in this
Definitely.
society and this world we're in right now. But Hopefully someday.
Of course you will, of course. And there's no doubt about it, Hugo, because I know that the kind of person you really have a purpose behind everything that you're looking for, even if that's career, even if that's marriage, any
Absolutely.
relationship. If
Yes.
it does not fulfill the whole purpose of, happiness in the end, if I may say, and that much I can say for you, then I think it's not worthy for you. And I know you're going to find a guy who absolutely values the things that you value as well. And I
Hmm.
know it's beyond materialistic pleasure. It's beyond, it's just it's staying together till eternity kind of love. So my girl, you're definitely getting love out there, and cheers to that. But on a
I
serious.
hate you for this question.
Huh? No, come on, girl. Come on. It's okay. We had to talk about
No,
it,
look
right?
at you telling me I'm gonna find love someday and sharing
You
me up.
you
Yes, I
are
will.
gonna find love, definitely. See, you found your career, you stepped out of that continent to this continent, and you found
Right.
your career here. You are gonna find your love here too. I know that. Come on,
Okay.
my lovely guys out there. This is
Yeah.
the girl for you. Just I
Seriously?
think
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
just
don't do that. Don't do that.
I think I'm gonna put the email in a description, and then you have to shoot
Link in the
emails to the girl.
description. You're so
And then
funny.
and then Hugo is going to be like, I'm never going to be on a podcast with you because
Um, if you do that,
you
this is gonna
flooded.
be our final podcast together. Don't
No,
even
no,
think
no.
about me. Don't think about
You
me.
are going to be my indefinite guest on the podcast because I know you
That-
have so much to offer. I have learned so much from you, so you're always
I
going to.
have also learned so much from you, girl. For real. I've learned so much. I
Thank
think
you.
we've learned so much from each other
I
all these
think
years.
I
So
think yeah, I think we always have praises for each other. That's just a
absolutely.
nice girl gang out here. But you go like this is before we step into something more fun, I
Mhm.
want to know like it's not really easy in this world for a girl to step up and say that I'm not really willing to settle for anything less than what I want in my marriage, or I'm okay to not get married, right?
Mhm.
So my question to you is, have you like faced family pressure, like like how has your family been like, or if not family, like usually there's societal pressure coming in, so have you experienced something like that?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna start with family.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when it comes to these kind of things, like
Mm-hmm.
marriage pressure, I have the best parents in the world.
Oh wow, nice.
Honestly, my dad has never, ever questioned my marriage decisions. Never.
Sweet.
He's never asked me, hey, what's happening? He's never said anything.
Mhm.
My mom, on the other hand, she's just like me. She's like, look, I don't want no man troubling my daughter.
Yeah.
If it's not someone that's gonna bring you peace and
Mhm.
happiness and who's gonna be kind, just look. She's just been praying for me. I'll put it that
Yeah.
way. Simply put, she's just
Yeah.
been praying for me, but no pressure. No pressure from my mom, my dad, my sisters, brothers.
Mhm.
And as far as societal pressure, of course, like people are gonna ask you questions, right? So that's normal. But when the pressure comes from your family, it's
Mhm.
worse because it's your family. These are people you really care about. So I think
Mhm.
I'm lucky in that regard.
So, like, if, yeah, of course, you're blessed to have parents like this because if
Yeah.
your parents are backing you up in these situations, I think
Yep.
this makes it a smooth sail.
Hmm.
But, like, if I were to ask you on a lighter note, like, I'm sure you get like societal pressures, like, I'm sure like people just say things. What is that one liner which you most of the times give to people if they're asking you about your marriage? What do you say to them?
In God's time.
Say that again. Say that
In
again.
God's time.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's a good way. Like I'm sure because you've got to get those
In God's
one-liners paired
time.
with such
Yeah.
creepy relatives out there who are eating your brain and like just sitting on your head like parasites and just sucking the
In
blood out
God's
of your
time.
mind.
And honestly, I feel like if people can actually have this notion that these things would happen in God's
In-
time and
Yeah,
don't force themselves into it, we're going to have less divorce cases in our society.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure.
So, when they say when you see the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, when you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people out of family pressure, societal pressure, just get
And
in,
it's
get out.
more of the societal pressure which comes into picture and kind of just, like kills you to sort of just dump into the concept of marriage, even if you're not even fully prepared for it. So
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think it's a very sensitive topic. I think people should actually mind their business
I
when
know
it comes to
you should
things
have
like
had this liner. Why
this.
don't you just mind your business, lady?
People
That would
should
have
learn,
been a
people
better
should learn to mind their business because things that has to do with like jobs, marriage, is not something that you can just say, "Hey, you come and getting married tomorrow."
one.
I'm
Have
marrying you today. I'm getting this
Otherwise
job
you're
right now.
a daughter or something. Yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
it.
So I think people should learn to mind the business that pays them.
I'm telling you, the next time someone reaches out to you and says some stupid thing about your marriage and why not getting married to you, you better give this one liner. Why don't you just mind your
No, I
business?
don't want to. No, I'm not going to say that. I don't want to sound rude to people. I just say in God's time because some people actually ask
Because sometimes you
from
kind of lose
no,
your patience. You cannot
no, here,
handle
no,
such
here's the
people all the
thing.
time.
Here's the thing. Some people actually ask those questions to spite you. Why some
Yeah,
people ask genuinely from a caring heart. Like
yeah,
if you ask me that, Sonakshi, I know it's coming from a genuine place, right? So
right.
I can't go about telling people who are genuine to mind their business. I just
No, no,
say
true,
God's
true.
time.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's actually very mature of you because not a lot of like people, at least I would have been super upset if people would have been eating my head all the time. So yeah. No, seriously.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to head on to the fun section of the show, which
Okay.
is the vibe sprint. All right. Now, this is like a rapid fire, and I'm going to like have a couple of questions. I'm going to just shoot a couple of questions at you, and you don't have to overthink. You just have to just give the first word that comes into your mind as soon as I ask you these questions.
Okay.
Good. All right. Favorite city in the US so far?
For me, Seattle.
Listen, you can't spend so much time. You just have to just
Okay.
give it
Seattle.
a shot,
Seattle.
okay?
Seattle.
Okay. Okay, cool. Nigerian dish you miss the most.
Oha soup.
Okay, all right. I don't know what that is. I'm going to ask you later. All right. Coffee, tea, or energy drink? What's your?
Coffee. Coffee.
Okay. Morning person or a night owl?
Morning.
Okay. One word to describe your vibe right now.
Excited.
Okay. A quote which you live by.
Live each day like it's your last.
Oh, perfect. I love it too. If you could teleport anywhere today, where would you go? Like just fly. Where would you go?
Home.
Oh, emotional. The best piece of advice that you have ever received.
Hmm. Trust God.
Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. And that's the best. All right. No, this is amazing. I think this was the best um, rapid fire session which I've experienced because I've never experienced one. All
Okay.
right. All right, Ugochi. Now, um, if like because we're almost heading towards the end of this session,
Okay.
I want to really know one thing from you, and this is about a takeaway, like if I were to like if you were to offer me some beautiful advice or something which you offer to me and the audience who are watching you, what is that one takeaway which you'd want us to carry out of this beautiful session that we are conducting here? What is that?
Um. Okay. I'll just say something random that's been in my mind. I think for people, it's more like if you want to pursue anything, anything at all in this world, and you have a strong conviction within your heart that this is what you want, be careful who you tell
Mm-hmm.
and how you tell people.
Correct.
Because people are actually good at convince, and it's not from coming from a bad place. People can actually discourage you.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're convinced this is what you want, go for it. Remain consistent. Consistency is the key
Right. And
to
believing in
achieving great
yourself.
things in life. I mean, already you have to believe in yourself. That's standard. But then
Yeah.
again, just be mindful of telling people what you're trying to achieve. Most importantly, get there, achieve it, stay consistent, and then when people get to know, they'll get to know you from a point of, hey, congratulations, right?
Got it, got it. So
Yeah,
like not over speaking, right?
not over
Always actually
speaking and
showing it
not,
through your actions, right?
yeah, and not pre-informing people about your plans.
Correct, correct.
Sometimes it's good to keep your plans to yourself and tell
To
close
yourself. I
members.
agree. Wow.
Yeah,
I know. I agree. I agree. I am on board 100% on this.
yeah.
No, that's beautiful. All right. So now this is the end part of the session. So like before we wrap up, like it's
Yeah.
sort of time to flip the vibe. This is an interesting part that I have, and I feel like, this is more of an interaction than just, a question answer session. So if today we were to flip this vibe, and I'd just turn you as the host, you could just shoot me with one question which you'd like to ask me, and you can just put me on spot right now, and I'm going to answer. Like, I put you on spot on so many questions. You can put me on spot only with one question, though. You go, I know, I can see that mischief in your eyes, so you better not. All right, just one question is all you got to ask. All right, go for
Right.
it.
Yeah. So actually, you left India for the United States, right?
Yeah.
What was your motivation? Why did you leave India to come to the United States?
Listen, you put me on a very safe space. My motivation was clearly because I got married to an husband. No, no, no. On a serious note, I I always wanted to come to the US because I was fascinated by this country. I would watch the movies and serials, and like, although I was not too much into watching English movies at that time because I was just culturally into watching my own Hindi movies, but when I would watch, it would be fun. And so I just decided that I'm going to sort of explore the country. So definitely that was very exciting for me. But
Hi.
like, the initial thing was definitely my marriage. So I had to come with my husband, and that's where it all started from.
I shouldn't have asked you this question because I should have remembered that you came
That's
because
because you're a kind girl, all right? I know.
gosh,
I'm used
I
to
lost
putting.
my chance. We have to do this again.
All right, go for one more chance, okay? Just one easy question if you want to ask.
What what easy question? Okay.
I'm used to putting you on spot. You're not used to putting me on spot all the time. That's because you're
Well,
the
okay,
same
I'm gonna ask you this, right? What is your favorite thing about being married?
thing.
No, you're not whispering here.
I said, I said nothing. There's nothing favorite about getting married. You're good, I'm telling you. Okay. The favorite thing about getting married is that your husband gets to pay your bills. Okay. That's the reality.
Your husband, yours, actually, not. There are some people whose husbands don't pay their bills. You know that, right? So it's your
My
husband.
husband, yeah, yeah. In my case, that's the favorite thing. I
Okay.
get to spend and my husband gets to pay my bills. So I'm happy with that. That's my marriage vibe. But no, on a
Um,
serious note, I think the most amazing thing about marriage is companionship if it falls the right way.
okay.
But marriage can be really miserable if you're like not properly invested in your relationships, and your relationships are sucking, then definitely it's a problem. So yeah, companionship is actually a very, very, very beautiful thing. Then you're like, every day it's glossy and it just keeps getting glossier. So
Okay.
that's what it is. All right, babe. I think we are almost heading to the end of the session. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed talking to you. And
Thank
thank you so
you.
much, thank you so much, Hugo, for kind of reminding every one of us that, we should, in the end, just believe in ourselves, and that our belief is what makes the world know what we are worthy of. And
Yes.
another pickup point which I definitely feel like is from this session, at least for me, and I'm sure for many people out there, is that if you really set your worth through your actions,
Hmm.
don't really have to settle for anything less than what you want. And
Absolutely.
I'm an admirer and an appreciator, and a like a completely heartfelt appreciator when it comes to you,
Hmm.
because I know for the choices that you've made, it needs a lot of courage. And all this has been ignited by, because I've asked this question to you like so many times, and I still am going to ask you, and I'll always ask you that, like, because it's so fascinating to watch a woman like you just step out of her comfort zone and just choose something completely new. And for you, to have done that. I know it needed a lot of courage, but at the same time, an indefinite belief in yourself and God, which I think both of these were the most fabulous decisions for you.
Thank
And
you.
and you're always going to progress. I know that.
Thank you so much. And you too. Look, we are going to progress. We're all winning together.
Of course, you're my friend. I have to progress. Right? If I don't, then you're going to trouble me. You're like, what is going on? You're always on my neck. What's going on? What's going on? Right? So, no,
Okay.
I am pretty happy for you.
Thank you
And,
for having me,
and
though.
I'm going to put you one last time on spot before I just go off.
No,
Is
no, no. You have put me
no,
on the
no,
spot
no, no,
enough.
no, no. I'm the
No.
host. I get to put you on spot. Okay. I get to.
Okay.
Okay. Someone has promised me that after this podcast, your podcast is coming soon. So I am putting it on air and
Okay.
telling it to everyone, declaring it that this girl has decided and promised that she's going to set up a podcast for herself and she's coming very soon. So just keep watching the link, and I'm going to be updating my link very soon with her podcast session as well, because this girl, I promise, has a lot to offer, and I know
Thank
that for
you.
sure.
Thank
All
you so
right, so
much.
now
Appreciate you.
now you like, it is like everyone's witnessing the fact that this girl's coming with her podcast, so you better now, this is on air, on record, and no one can just change it, because only I have the rights to change what I have now.
No worries. I appreciate that. Well, yeah. I mean,
I'd love
you
to.
have already put me on the spot. I think I owe it to myself to start doing something. So
No,
what's
you
up
have to.
with
You
my
have to.
podcast?
Because, and I'm going to be your first supporter and subscriber, and I
Thank
know
you.
that.
I mean, you've always been supporting me, so I appreciate that.
No, thank you. This was beautiful, Hugo. I think on this note, we're going to just, continue our day and just move on and keep doing this very
Okay.
frequently. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye. You take care.
Bye. You too. Bye.